about Shawn Michaels. You did a radio show, and you had a lot of stuff to say about Shawn, pretty much buried him. Why is that? And for those who've never seen the interview, what are your thoughts on HBK, if you want to recap what you mentioned before?
Well, I'm not going to say I buried him because I didn't say anything new. I didn't say anything that hasn't been said before. You know, Shawn was a big disappointment for me to meet as a person. You know, coming up in this business, especially in my era, everybody liked Shawn Michaels. You know, his in-ring talent can't be denied. You know, I'm not saying that. I think where I made the mistake is I should have just said, I don't like Shawn Hickenbottom. That's what maybe I should have said that.
Right.
You know, because some people have a problem differentiating the two. You know, he's just, I'm not a fan of the politics. Politics is just a nice way to say, hey, we're lying. We're lying and we're going to be nice about it. I think especially in this day and age, it's not needed, you know. I just gave an analogy the other day. I said if a story came out that Michael Jordan, one of the greatest of all time, had been going to the NBA commissioner, burying other players, trying to get them kicked out of games, trying to get them kicked out of the league, it'd be the biggest sports scandal fucking going. It'd be a massive sports scandal. But yet this guy, one of the greatest of all time, is known for doing that, and it's just accepted because it's politics. And that this shouldn't be the case, you know. Even, and especially after he comes back and he's a Christian and all that, and he still does that same shit. You know, I'm just not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of dishonest people. You know, I've never fucked anybody over in this business. I got 20 plus years. There's not one fucking story of me fucking anybody over. Going behind their back, burying them, you know, doing bullshit, trying to get them, you know, whatever, hurting their push and stuff like that. Not one story. There's 100 stories of this one guy. And still some fans choose to believe him over me. Yeah, that's...
What was the major instance that in your career that Shawn tried to fuck you with?
There was a couple. One after a match in particular, he came and said some real bad shit to me. It was a match that me and him were involved in, and Randy was involved in, and something happened. Somebody blew a spot in it, and I didn't have anything to sell. Now, I knew the story was leading to Shawn and Randy and that sort of thing, and this was after the Rocky thing. You know, this is when the company had this, you know, Rocky went out of his way to help me out, and we got something with his kids, so let's do something with it. But now it's slowly being taken away from me.
Right.
You know, and he was one of the guys that caused that. And I know after the match, I was like, fine, this guy got fucked up. Maybe the cameras didn't pick up on it, so maybe it'll be okay. And I went to Shawn. I was like, you know, what did you think I should do? Because, I mean, I wanted to like the guy. You know, I definitely, my bullshit alarm always went off around him because you could smell it a mile away.
Right.
But I still wanted to like the guy, you know. And that just came from being a child, from, you know, liking his work, I guess. Just, he's, you know, it's like, you know, I didn't have nothing to sell. Shit, I came to you guys and tried to help, you know. He just, well, the story's not about you. I was going, I didn't say it was. I'm just, what did you want me? He's just, fuck, blah, 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 blah. Now, this is all Christian, and now he's all fucking ranting and raving back there. And I just remember getting so fucking mad. And I started taking off my elbow pads. I was like, I'm going to just punch this motherfucker in his face. Shit. I mean, people that know me know I would do it. You know, I've done it before. You know, just, I'm a fighter. I came up fighting. I was like, I ain't gonna let nobody disrespect me and talk all this bullshit. Then he came right back and apologized. I was like, all right, you know, whatever. He's just a dick. But the whole meanwhile, he's praying on the ramp, you know, doing all this fucking shit. You know, okay, whatever. Then there was a time like in Madison Square Garden, and I'm working a test in the opening match. You know, finished with a goozle. Now Shawn's working a chokeslam. We call it the goozle backstage.
Right.
Shawn's working Kane in the main event, and instead of just coming to me as a professional and saying, hey, you know, since I'm working Kane, don't do the chokeslam or anything like that, just fucking buries me in front of the boys, which are all my friends.
Right.
They're my friends, not his. You know, nobody. He didn't really associate with anybody. You know, and just instead of fucking doing that, hey, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, it's the big guy's finish. You know, I'm just saying. And everybody would do that to me. Everybody would go, hey, Hurricane, just saying. Like, and then, so the next week I get to house shows and the agents tell me I can't do the chokeslam no more. It was never my fucking idea to do the chokeslam. Vince told me to do it. You know, I thought it was funny that I went for it and never could do it. That's what was funny. Right. And once I finally started doing it, yeah, it got over. And then Vince went, yeah, do it all the time. Like it. And even when I was told to do it, I went to take her and go, look, I know that's your deal. What do you want me to do? He goes, if I can do it, kid, I don't care. I went to Kane. If I can do it, I don't care. I mean, Big Show went there, I would have done it, you know, asked him. I was just that respectful. But here's this guy, you know, showstopper, greatest of all time, all this bullshit, and he can't even be a professional or a person. It's just be a, you know, what the hell? But then go bury me like to the agents and creative and shit like that. I'm fucking the first match on this show. You're the fucking main event. Why do you even care? You know, it's such a pussy coward. It's just a cowardly thing to do anyway, you know. And like I said, I'm not the only guy he's done it to. He's done it to so many other people.
Right, right.
And just like, you know, when I came out and said what I said, here's the telling story. My phone blew up with guys in the business thanking me. And a lot of guys on the internet came out and thanked me and agreed. Not one fucking guy came out and said I was wrong. Not one of Shawn's buddies came to his defense and said I was lying. Not one, out of all the people in this business. And it's because I'm not. You know, I don't have no reason to lie. You know, I trust me, I wish to God that we would have got along and he would have been, you know, as like some of the other top guys I work with and just been cool, but he wasn't, and, you know. And the whole Christian thing bothers me because I don't buy it. You know, I think he probably believes some of it, but using it as a gimmick bothers me. It reminds me of like Jim Baker and that sort of shit. We're using it just to get money. That fucking sort of thing bothers me, you know. I think religion is the best of humans, and it's also the fucking worst of humans. And so I don't like that either. But that's personal, you know.
Right.
And that may be a part of what really jaded my opinion of him too, just because I don't like that. But
so it's safe to say that Shawn's never going to be invited to the Hardy's Christmas party.
He may, you know. I mean, if he actually came up as a man, you know, and said, look, you know, I'm just sorry, I was a fucking dick, whatever. I'm a man too. You know, I'll shake your hand, you know. I fucked up, but I admit when I fuck up, you know. If he came to me, then it would take 1 second, water under the bridge, and I wouldn't care. But he's not going to do that. There's no DVDs to make off of it.
Right.
And he did it to Bret Hart because there's millions to make.
Right, right.
That's why he apologized to Bret and didn't apologize to a single other fucking soul that he fucked over. Because there's money to be made off apologizing to Bret. There's no money to be made off apologizing to me, so he's not going to be man enough to do it.
You think that whole thing was a work or shoot? Just real quick.
I used to think it was a work. Being in the business so long, I used to think it was a shoot. Being in the business so long, you start to think everything's a work. Yeah. So who fucking knows? You know,
I've asked that question to death, so we don't even need to.
I kind of want it to be a shoot. You know, I would be so disappointed if I found out it was a work at this point.